Hi, my dear friends. It is always a pleasure listening to legends. We have already listened from a great teacher, from a researcher, from a leader from Indian Association of Physiotherapy, and now it's turn for a great entrepreneur. We have with us none other than a good and at the same time a successful entrepreneur, Dr. Dhanajeyan, who is very famous in Bangalore. He is the head of Spectrum Physiotherapy and also a main brain behind the Bangalore Physiotherapy Network. Here we go. We welcome Dr. Dhanajeyan to our interview.
Good evening, Dr. Arunachan. I really appreciate your efforts building up this physiotherapy fraternity to go to a next level.
Welcome to our interview, sir. So today we have 15 questions for you, sir. Everything is concerned with how to establish a clinic and how to run it successfully from your expertise. Because this art is missing in many of the physiotherapists who run clinic. So the first question will be how to arrange for the financial constraints. Sir. Initially, if I am a person who has completed physiotherapy, if I want to start up a clinic, how much of fund I should allocate and how to begin with it.
So always you should think twice, or we can put as two questions. Why I should start a physiotherapy center? Why I should start a physiotherapy? Why I'm trying to put it in a two type of question is, as I said earlier too, and I'm repeating it again, once you complete your physiotherapy course, after your master's in specialization or in a bachelor degree, better join in an organization. Doesn't matter whether you are going to start with one physiotherapy center or a HOD or in a hospital or in a rehab setup or a fitness, doesn't matter. Go and work in that culture for about 6 months or 1 year. You will get an environment study how we can do it. And you do understand the differences between the footfall in the clinic, how an organization happens, and we can decide it. And my answer for the second question is why I should start a physiotherapy center. Again, I repeat it here. Financially, you cannot expect the returns immediately. You start a clinic on a passionate way. Don't think it as a business. Businessman investing in the physiotherapy clinic is different. Physiotherapist starting a physiotherapy clinic is different. If you have a good bandwidth of back-end support, don't calculate just for the clinic establishment cost. Plan for everything. In my future questions, I can give the more answers, more detailed on it. If you have a big bandwidth, financial support, you have a skills, you have bedside manners, presence, everything, you can start your physiotherapy clinic. These are my answers for your questions, Dr. Arunachan.
Great, sir. Next constraint after this is where to start the clinic, whether it should be in a residential area or it should be in a township or a very busy city center. What is your, which is your most successful clinic areas?
Lovely question. I like this question always. Uh, Spectrum grown up in such a way, it is not that we did an R&D. We have been invited in most of, out of this 12 branches, 9 places we have been called to start the clinic. Like somebody says, I have a place, come and see. Somebody says, I have a hospital, we don't have a unit, come and start. Coming to the more specific on the physiotherapy unit, the survey, every 50,000, every 5,000 you need one physiotherapist was an earlier survey. The current survey says every 2,000 population you need one physiotherapist. Let's put a calculation as a small midtown or an taluka level population. If it is 50,000, you can have 25 physiotherapists. Please note, if a population is 50,000, you can have 25 physiotherapists. You ensure that in that locality there's a population sufficient enough to start a clinic. In a population of 50,000, if there is already an existing of even 20 clinics, I would say no, don't start it. You can start your clinic on a next town or your city area or your residential places. That is ideal to do it. And I've seen people who are starting the physiotherapy clinic in the house, one room for clinic and remaining for residents. I may not encourage this. From my personal point of view, I may not encourage this. It's not viable to start it as a physiotherapy center or an establishment. You can call it as an in-house clinic where a doctor stays there. He can treat the patients at this house itself. And my second level is if you are going to start a physiotherapy clinic after your specialization in musculoskeletal, your specialization in neuro, specialization in pediatrics, cardio, or geriatric, whichever you selected, you ensure that that population limits falls within your calculation. Again, the calculation comes at as 2000 population. If there are 2000, more than 5000 population or a sedentary lifestyle desk workers who's using laptop and mobile, the pain management clinic is viable to have it. The population above 60 is more, then concentrate on geriatric, fall prevention, arthritis clinic, there you can do it. Neuro setup, again, I don't have a specific answer to what survey we can do it, but still you need to depend upon the referral clinics and the hospitals in that area. How many patients may be around the neurologist or the neurosurgeons or neuro treating circumferences which you have it, you can plan for it. So the first point is the population. Second thing is like what is your footfall bandwidth, you may get it. And next comes with your ability and services. It should be ground floor. Ensure that there is not even a single step to walk into your place. Don't put a ramp more than 10-degree elevation. If the steps is not there, putting a ramp at 30-40 degree is not viable to have it, even though you have a wheelchair. Don't do it. And there should be a sufficient lung space in your waiting area, consultation area, and in the treatment room. Even though your ambience is going to be with an air conditioned, you need a nice lung space. Lung space, you always structure it like a T shape, like consultation, treatment, rehab room. That works out very well when you plan for the area. I've included setting up the clinic area 2, which may be more detailed. If you ask the questions, I can come up. Here, I'm getting more depth into that. Can I start a clinic in, for example, West Mambalam? The population is already, for example, 25 lakhs, including T Nagar and all those areas. We have a survey of around 75 physiotherapists there. Yes, you can do it. I'm doing my physiotherapy clinic in a small town. We'll put it as, let me take my village. I'm from a district from Tiruvannamalai area. Yes, still I would recommend where the population is 50,000. There is no physiotherapist, hardly 3 or 4. It's a super place to start a physiotherapy clinic, I would say.
Sir, I think it's a great insight for many people. Okay, sir, when I started with the clinic, how should I have a rapport with the doctors and the referring persons who send patients to my clinic? Should I stay away from them and I should be maintaining my individuality, or should I depend on them as well? What do you advise?
Can you please repeat the question again?
No, sir. There are clinics which are run solely based upon referral from a particular doctor. What do you advise for them? Is it better to maintain their individuality or to depend on footfall from other doctors?
I hope you understood why did I ask this question again. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we should depend on any references anymore. It's not necessary. See, I do mention that you need to have a neurologist or a neurosurgeon where the number of cases of physiotherapist, pain management guy or a neurospecialist treats, 70% will be pain management, 30 will be geriatric. In that, hardly you can pull out 1 or 2 on a neuro rehabilitation. That's specifications.
How to manage the interior, sir? Once we set up a clinic, what are the mandatory things to have in the interior?
See, the interior, so from my skills, if you put it, our hands are the interiors for the clinic. Your mouth is the interior for the clinic. Okay. When they walk into your clinic, they should feel that, yes, this doctor is going to cure me. That is very, very important. Our way of dressing sense, our way of mannerism on talking, that gives more importance to you. Be more spacious for them to sit and move around. There's nothing specific as such on interiors, which I don't rely on. See, I did a survey on this. Okay, you are pulling out all my answers to you. I did a survey with almost 7 to 8 countries during Spectrum in 2006 when I started. I studied the physiotherapy setup. If you look at it everywhere, There'll be a huge hall, 4 or 5 couches. There'll be have a false ceiling with cupboard, and one side will be a rehab area, more of spacious. Your interior should be more comfortable with the patient and the doctor rather than showing off more. See, I can set up a clinic with, for example, 300 square feet, 2 tables, a mirror, a ball, balance training, and everything. If I have a filthy rich money, I can put a nice carpet, an AC, and double click glass doors. That's going to attract the client, which is not going to be for a long-standing cases. Your interior doesn't make sense.
Once upon a time, if I start up a clinic, my main advertisement will be hoardings, giving pamphlets to people, then conducting some free camps. But now the scenario is entirely changed. Now it is all digital platform, Facebook marketing, AdWords, Google ads. So how do you increase what are the efforts you take to increase footfall in your clinics?
See, if you ask me, different. If you ask for an organization, it is different. I used to go for the home care services in Bangalore, almost 40 kilometers surrounding. Morning I start at 1 and 6 o'clock, then my clinic, then home care, then in a hospital, and then home care. So what happens is, if you treat 5 patients, if 5 are happy, they will tell to 5. So you get 25 leads by treating 1 patient 5 and 5 into 5, 25. That is most important. The next level, current scenario on this pandemic disease, yes, I will highly recommend for an online marketing. To promote this, you need to start with your database. First, have your own website, either in the name of drarunachalam.com, drarunaphysiotherapist.com, or anything which resembles your name and the website. You can go with your website. Then have your Facebook page. Then you can have your Facebook page. Give tips, write about it, share your feelings frequently, and then meet your healthcare colleagues as a formal invite. I am a specialist in this. I can differentiate the reason for the medial aspect of the knee pain may be due to your hip abductor gluteus medius, or maybe a collapsed arch. When you bring the intention of getting into the other colleagues who would handle the patients on their specialty of maybe an orthopedic surgeon or an orthopedician or a physician or a family doctor, you go and meet them as a formal invite visit, saying that, sir, I came to see you. Point 1, to handle them. If you have references from them saying that I have a patient, please call them, talk to them, or send a message. Doc, I have seen this case of yours. It looks like so and so. I have done this. Update about it.
Okay.
And then have your, there are local pages which comes up like, it is like Just Dial, Suleka, or local pages which comes in the top search. There you can do it. And Google promotion, it goes on your good reviews. And please don't do any shortcut methods of reviews. At one day it will get collapsed. And an organization with more than 4 or 5 physiotherapists, create a newsletter. Put them, one of your physiotherapists as a editor or sub-editor, or your name can be added. Ask your fellow staff to write an article. Just one page is also called as article. They can send a newsletter to all the patients. Upload in your Facebook page. You can upload in your website. You explain the patient in your marketing skills. Don't claim the same word of losis, lysis, listhesis, degeneration, arthritis. You put on your specialty. Bring your biomechanics, pathomechanics, your manual therapy knowledge and skills, and explain the patient. I'm getting plantar fasciitis because of irritation, inflammation. No, I'm getting because of my collapsed arch. Why my arch is collapsing? You get this, go deeper, and prove that you know better than something from the other healthcare profession. So when your skills improves, your marketing goes way beyond. It's a mix of offline and online marketing. Both can reach in a better way. A regular touch with the existing patient should take it more. Thank you, Rajat.
Great. So now, if you see now, there are a lot of clinic management softwares. So do you use any clinic management software? Do you feel that there is any advantage of using it, or it's not necessary?
No. See, In our houses, we had this dialing 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 dialing phone number. Okay, and then it came with a brick-sized mobile, and then it came with some technology-based phone. Now this gadget has become a communication gadget than a conversation gadget. Okay, when the technology is changing, the science is changing. You should accept that. Okay, even what we read, what we studied, what we practice is not going to be the similar. If I want to buy anything, I just go and put it in Google. They are the top market player. Okay, if you have your own website, it shows drarnachalam.com. When I go inside, it should open up, says that Dr. Arnachalam, queries, contact here. Appointments, put it there. So when you want, when I am trying to get an appointment with Dr. Arnachalam, I should book it for tomorrow 7 o'clock right away instead of calling you even midnight 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. That's the software which does your basic help for you. And then everything is done. You know my age, you know my address, you know my email ID, you know my phone number. Automatically it is getting stagnated in your Excel sheets. I mean, your marketing, I mean, your software guy can help you to get it done. And then you can segregate with this software on pain, rehab, neuro, cardio, whatever the classifications which you do with. It helps you to have that database too. I don't name the softwares which I used it maybe for first 4 or 5 years. Then a lot of policies came. It is like they come and join you as a supporter, and then they'll come as we go them as a supporter. I signed out from them. I have designed with the help of my brother the own software. It is like I have 12 branches. I have 32 staffs, regular, full-time, part-time. I get all database sitting in one place. My software gives the entire details of it. Today, how many neck pain came, back pain case came, and what treatment they have done. It is called as EMR sheets. We get all the details. When technology is changing, I will highly recommend to have this software. There's a lot of softwares where you get in just, see, a small clinic needs name, mobile number, contact ID. For example, if somebody asks me, what is your number of cases in last month? I can pull it out. I can pull it on each branch, each center, each case, I can give it. When my investors came to take over Spectrum in 2014, there was the first question they asked, do you have the database? Do you have the genuinity? I opened up my almost all the branches. We have the habit of information form, putting in the Excel sheet and automatically stored. We have around nearly 45,000 contacts and everything. Even now we have it. It's the world is changing. Please accept this technology. It's one of the most demanding, which we are not using it, thinking that it is of no use. Actually, that is a wonderful app. Now the trend is going to change. The life is going to be only on the computer or on the mobile. Everybody want to talk to a doctor, meet a doctor, check a doctor, see or show your back to a doctor. All will come. I think every physiotherapist, it's a high time to get into this software, must for the clinic. Thank you, Dr. Arun.
That is great, sir. That is a great updation that we should do in future.
Yes, I will.
Do you have any standard operating procedure in your clinic? Like once the patient enters into the clinic, what are the standard operating procedure you do? This may be a trademark for you, but I think you don't mind sharing it.
See, I've been talking this as my main talk. Wherever I go, I first love to talk as how to start a clinic, how to run a clinic. I don't have this. Yes, we have everything for standard operating procedures. Starting from, we have a team. There's a 3-4 executives who take the call, who fix in appointments and coordinates. We have a standard operating procedure for them. I'll just put in quickly and a small summarize it. Dr. Arnachalam clinic. Dr. Arnachalam is sitting there. Patient calls up so-and-so number. He is walking into your place. The moment he comes, he has to fill the information form, whoever it is. And government is also saying mandatory that you need to take the patient's details before you treat him. Now what we are doing is, we are taking the Xerox of the Aadhaar card and pinning it, ensuring that the same person has come. Because of this COVID situation, we are mandated to take it. Ensure that their address proof is taken. And you can put your red flag and all those things there only in the information form. We have that. And then we know the duration of pain onset. We have a first screening question which goes it, and we have the next few lines of consent form. After the consent form sign is done, it goes to my front desk. The front desk evaluates it, and then again physically they have to upload it, and then it has to be software also. It is done, approved by the patient, saying that I agree with all these concerns which is going to happen. Then it is forwarded to the physiotherapist who is going to be free to take it. This comes under the SOP of front desk level. Then when it comes here, SOP is physiotherapist should not talk, patient should talk. Physiotherapist should not talk, patient should talk. Because he is coming to express his pain. I know he is having neck pain, already has written in the page. I know he is having 3 days pain while looking at the computer, I know. But still, he would love to express it. Listen to the patient, what is his problem? Let him speak for 5-10 minutes, whatever it is. And then they should ask the permission to the patient, can I examine you? If you are opposite gender, ensure that there's one more person is there when you are examining it. After the examination, you go for a short-term goal, long-term goal, plan your treatments. Please explain to the patient the rate of recovery by you, duration of recovery. You may improve 30% in 4 days, you may improve 100% in 3 months, you may improve 100%. Explain it clearly. Tell your professional fees. It is not cost. You are not selling any product. It is not for trade where you invest and get profit out of it. This place where you prove that it is the skills, energy and time which you have it, and here you are spending it. Once the patient feels that my time is confirmed tomorrow 7 o'clock onwards, for next 1 week I'll come, this is my charges which I'm going to pay, I'm ready to pay first itself, I'm ready to go, all the process is done. And then the treatment is explained. If they're both are free for the time, they start the treatment on same session. And then the doctor records all those details in my software for the EMR. Patient treatment gets over, then he goes, pays the fee and goes up. And then since we have multiple branches, we have our daily reporting system. Every physiotherapist reports to the center in charge. Center is a report to the zone in charges reports to me. And I can go through the case sheet. We use a habit of regular, every week there's a 15 minutes meet. All the staffs gathers, they have their records, they have to present it there. And then in that monitoring system, is there any error? Is there any mistakes happened? So we keep monitoring it. We address the issues, each and everything. That is the important of doing the meeting. That is our system which we have it. And once the patient is happy and successful, we ensure that he is not going to come us for next 2 years with the same problem. That's our motto. Somebody comes to our place, he should not come again with the same problem to us. He should not go to some other physiotherapist with the same problem. My front desk manager's job ends with, again, calling back after 2 days, 4th day and 5th day. How is the progress? How do you feel better? Would you like to share something to our zone manager or any issues or any comments? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Dhanajeyan.
Doctor, do you have anything which is very innovative from your clinic, which you have invested your brain and your time in that, and you have come up with some innovative ideas?
You want a honest answer?
Yes, obviously.
I've invested 10 times more than what I invested on my physiotherapy studies in my other learnings. So there's nothing specifically I can say that I have invested something innovative or different. Always I'm a crazy guy of thinking it. What service is not available within my 2 kilometers belt? I get that and I put it.
Okay.
Generally, like those days back, laser is demanding. I had laser. And we have decompression therapy in some places. And we have shockwave therapy in some places. Harness walker, where you lift up the patient and make them to walk. Yes. That we have it in different cases. Nothing specific as such. Thank you.
So apart from doing physiotherapy, do you market some products, sir, like any organic products or orthotic appliances, because we have to take accountability of that. Do you recommend people doing that?
So far, no, we have not done it. We on demand basis, somebody asked, like my friend desk may arrange and get it and give it. Okay. I'm not telling don't sell it. I'm not telling sell it. It's in between. The individual can take a call on it.
I'll pull the next question from your previous answer. Do you involve yourself in any other social activity with your patients, like cycling, you said? How do you involve with the patients in such manner activities, or how it is going to benefit you?
Cycling is not a social activity. It's a game. It's a part of the sport
No,
activity.
when you combine your team of patients, those people put together, in that way, I'm saying.
No. I've never used any of my patients to get gatherings or something. We have not done any of those activities. Can you just repeat the question? What do you want? I can explain it properly.
No, sir. Apart from being a physiotherapist and a patient relationship, do you extend your relationship with the patient beyond certain limit, like organizing a camp for them, organizing a social activity for them, a get together for them?
I'm a selfish man. I'm selfish. Okay. It doesn't come under social activities. What I'm doing it. We are doing promotional activities, bringing the physiotherapy care to any of the activities which happens there. Okay. I'm very selfish. If they are not going to put my logo as a physiotherapy partner, they will not do it. You pay or you don't pay, that is secondary. My team will come so and so time. You have to give him a table, chair for sitting. You need to have a covered area of 3-4 beds, open area of so much. We have a policy for that. We take care of 5K run, 10K run, half marathon, full marathon. We have supported certain times for duathlon, cycling and running. We supported rugby tournaments inside. We supported badminton tournaments. We supported a lot of all the small activities or bigger activities. Whatever we are promoting, it is not social service. It is our selfishness. Physiotherapist tag should be there. Otherwise, we will not do it.
Great.
Until and unless the director of the movie name is not there, we don't know who is there. Okay?
Yeah.
So my team till today, I would like to be thankful to these guys who helped me in the organization called the Tour of Nilgiris, which is like a 1,000-kilometer cycle race. They go every day 150 to 200 kilometers. It is like every 30 kilometers we have a support station. We support there and do it. That has been introduced by my neurosurgeon, Guruji Dr. Arvind Patija, who pulled me this. And this guy is Deepak. They're the one who introduced me into sport activities, and I'm getting into all those things. This is not social activity. This is, if you look at me, I'm more selfish behind here. My brand is promoted at the cost of my time and skills. My rapport increases more in this. If you want my social activities, I'll come back later what all we do the social services. Thank you.
So when you're interviewing a physiotherapist for recruiting into your system, what are the things you see? Because this will help people to groom their skills.
Okay. Wonderful question. We have a game system there. We post saying that we have a vacancy. Our HR admin get the resumes, and then he will come and submit to the center manager saying that I have under 2 years experience, under 5 years experience, under 7 years experience. They are studied from so and so college. They have exposed to these of the internship places. They have worked in these places. They have the work experiences. And then we have a written question pattern. We have a 20 written questions. We pull up the questions which they know, which they may know, which they don't know. That is the questions which we try to pull out on it. Sometimes if they cannot travel and come back, we do on WhatsApp video, or we've been using Zoom even earlier to do the interview. I would say that nowadays most of the physiotherapists are wonderful. I will not say, it's like they're very, very keen on getting into the job and very smart. I will not say that they don't know anything. They're very good. They know what they been as a 4.5 years graduated guy with 6 months of internship. To that level, they know it. And we also know whom to call and whom not to call. We put the words sometimes straight. We don't call anybody for free internship. We don't call somebody, you come and work for some time, let me see how you do, and then I take. We don't have any policies like that. So we have taken 2 staffs like that, where I said they have around 15 years of experience. And I don't want to interview them anything. I just straight away come and join when you can join. They're like shocked, what? No interview. I said, your paper speaks.
So next, approaching the software companies, approaching gated community, physiotherapists are always interested in these things, but somehow they are finding very resistant to enter into a software company. What is your take, sir? Have you ever tried it? Or no, if we go and attach ourselves with a company, so most of the we go for education there. We go for, they provide space for us to do our physiotherapy activities there. They are also very comfortable giving it in-house for their employees.
Okay. Dr. Dhanajeyan, there's a small strategy: low effort, low returns; low effort, high returns; high effort, low returns; high effort, high returns. Am I confusing you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Write a paper, put a strategy. Okay. If I treat 2 patients very happy, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, it's going to develop it. Okay. It takes a period of time to get along with this. Reaching a gated community, it's going to be a choice of themselves. It's a very hardship. Okay. And again, if it is Dhananjay treats, Dhananjay's patients are happy, they will back to me. I will not recommend this to targeting your practice on a individual villament or an apartment with 5,000 population. That comes under high efforts, low returns. I will put it in that way. If you're doing something else in the same entire apartment, you are going to do a regular preventive program, curative program, set up a clinic in-house there. That will work out if your bandwidth is very good. Again, my strategy population on the first question, every 2,000, you need 1 physiotherapist. In the population of apartment, if they're having 500 houses, say you put it as 1,000 who is staying there, already your percentage demand has gone off percentage. If you have a villament with 2,000 population, yes, start a physiotherapy clinic. Again, left to you, in 2,000, how many will choose you to come to your clinic? Your next question, which you asked to get into this corporate offices or software company, they will be having a target on this year plan. What shall we do? In that target plan, they will say, okay, every year, August, let us do an awareness program on health. I will Google what does my company says, get the lowest rate. Only God knows how best the quality is. He will call up for physiotherapist. Would you like to come and do a presentation in my clinic? We straight away say, enormous fees. We will not say less. Our fees are like, they'll get shocked. The topmost, the world top range car manufacturing company called us. We proposed a different way, and he was like shocked. What? Is it more than our car value? I said, left to you to choose it. If you want, you take it. Or if you don't want, you don't take it. Because our valuation, we decided and we have given to the proper way. Okay. This guy called up again another 2 fellows. Then he went. He is an internship student who did a talk for 1,000 rupees, ergonomic talk. Okay. So here, if you look at the scenario of getting into the corporate sector, approaching them directly is going to be a smash. So they don't know. The person who is going to call you, create an awareness. Go to an apartment, go to the corporate companies, charge. Ensure that your fees gives them a shock. Okay. You are not treating a patient. You are sharing your knowledge. You are sharing your experience. USP, unique selling point, which we use in our business terms. I'm putting it here.
So my next question is, what is your take on using some equipments, modalities, which do not have any scientific evidence, but still works well on the placebo attitude effects of the patient, still curing patients? Many people from research, they say that it's better not to use them, but they are our bread and butter as of now. To generalize, many people are using only the modalities rather than hands-on training. What is your take on this dispute?
Ultrasound, IFT, shortwave, traction, shock wave therapy, or whatever, there's a huge research has been done. It has been proven. It has been practiced. This may be for the physiotherapists, those who are talking today saying that ultrasound, IFT, shortwave is waste. Why did they taught us in the university with the syllabus books? Why did they taught saying that ultrasound 1 megahertz, 3 megahertz, phonophoresis, penetration and everything? They taught me, and it's getting better. Still, I practice galvanic paradigm stimulation for the muscles. I do it. I create medium frequency, low frequency currents. I do it. Still, I practice moist heat. Wax, we do not use it because of this infections in the skin or some other reasons. We don't touch those stuffs. Those who are talking about, I am using advanced technology. It is not called as advanced technology. It is called as add-on methods to cure the condition. When I started using ultrasound, shortwave, those days teaching exercises, public got better. Even now, if you look at it, we don't just go with only modalities. Those days, if the pain goes away, he feels he is all right. Now my client says, no, sir. It is not that the pain goes, I'm all right. He says that I want to go and play badminton back. I want to go and run. I want to do trekking. Once the inflammation comes down, post-inflammation, we plan for the further methods. 10 years back, 15 years back, we have been not taught the differences between the levator scapulae, serratus anterior, and the pectoralis correlation. Now these things has been taught. Dry needling was not there in 2000, before 2000 or something. That has been by a cardiologist who found out the referred pain to do it. Mulligan, Maitland, Syriacs, and whatever the techniques or whatever the technology it comes with, decompression, cryo, and all those stuffs, everything has proven the results. They cannot just say that. Still, I will say doing just an ultrasound or just an IFT is not worth. That is maybe called as placebo effect. That may drop down our practices. If you are going to stick with your old science, when your science is evaluated, accept your methods, accept your techniques, and then follow it. I've trained all the techniques, most of the things which is available in India, I've done it. I've been practicing kinesio taping from 2003, I think, 3 or 4. A lot of people came and said, sir, kinesio taping, there is no evidence. There is no evidence. I said, have you ever did any papers on kinesio taping on acute inflammation on field sport? On field sport. There is no proper till today proven for this kinesio taping on field. Where we see a live injury, he rides 100 kilometers, then there is a pull in the hamstring, we put a kinesio taping, and again he can complete another 100 kilometers. Okay, I can show the sample of 30 samples every year also. If I took it, I have around 300 samples to be done. Okay, nobody has done it. Nowadays, some may get hurt on this. I hate these publications and evidences. It is not true. It is not true. Because I don't have the ability, time, and skills to put on my every patient recording, researching, sample, A, B, weight, blah, 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 everything. My government is not paying my rent. My government is not paying my EMIs. My government is not paying me food. I don't have the time to do the evidences. You read somewhere, you put it saying that IFT and ultrasound will not work on it. Means, like, when did you read it? You become a physiotherapist, you finished this, and you're doing it afterwards. Okay. See, again, I'm not creating controversy with this fellow physios who can claim it as academic, whatever you are. Ensure that if you're going to blame saying that ultrasound IFT is waste, I accept ultrasound IFT is based on doing an acute condition on field sports injury. At the same time, you too also accept that whatever hooligan techniques which you say is going to be waste in my cases, which I'm going to treat. Okay, there's going to be a big controversial. I may go in that way to defend on it. Thank you.
My last question on the clinical aspect, that is, how do you manage during this COVID season? You have any changed your protocols? You haven't opened some of your clinics because of the red zone? What is your advice for the therapists who are seeing this program?
For me, it is a holiday. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can just put it two ways. One is like we have academic wing in our unit, Dr. Srinivas and Dr. Vivek. These both guys conducted every day 4 hours online classes for 1.5 months, I think. My nature is as usual: strategize, take a board, write where we are standing, what we are doing, and then we realized we are just a seed now. Still, there's a long way to go. We have not achieved anything really which need for the society. So then we found out, like, same from Graham Bell phone to Steve Jobs phone of this iPhone, change the trend. We started doing an online talk to the clients, online consultation. We didn't stopped with online consultation. We've been doing online sessions. So we have given around 2 to 3 appointments for every physiotherapist. We have taken software to use it for the video call consultation. It is like as though we are just sitting next to them. We ensure that they do all the techniques, whichever has been done. I personally have handled a couple of cases. It was good. The results were also good. I've seen them after the thing. Online consultation, we have done it. Online sessions, we have brought it. Online is going to be the next level. That's going to be the need of the physiotherapist. Thanks.
I think you have given us enormous amount of very knowledgeable time. I think many physiotherapists will be benefited, irrespective of how experienced he is. Within this 1 hour, you have given your entire experience and entire vision to us. A few things I can understand from this interview is having a vision is very important, having a team is very important, having a system is very important, and by all these things, the trust and our professional dignity is much more important than anything else. So I thank you, Dr. Dhanajeyan sir, for being with us and giving us such an enlightening speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anuj. Thanks for this opportunity. Many more to come. Pull out of most of the physiotherapists across the globe who are doing wonderful for the profession. Please take it to the others also. Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate you. If a return-less job, what you're doing it, let it reach many more. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.